While the Astros fired their GM and manager, no players have been punished, and LeBron tweeted yesterday, quote, "Listen, I know I don't play baseball, but I am in sports, and I know if someone cheated me out of winning the title and I found out about it, I would be blank irate. I mean, like uncontrollable about what I could do. Listen here, baseball commissioner. Listen to your players speaking today about how disgusted, mad, hurt, broken, etc. about this. Literally, the ball is in your court, or should I say field, and you need to fix this for the sake of sports." Just my thoughts coming from a sports jerky, regardless of what my own sport I play. Perk, you are a Houston, Texas resident. Give us your take.
I'm with Braun on this one. I mean, listen, I live in Houston. I'm from Texas, Beaumont, Texas, but I live in Houston, and the energy when the Astros were winning and they won the World Series was crazy. They brought life back to the city of Houston. Like, I'm talking about life since Clutch City, the Elijah Warren days. And to find out that they were cheating was very disturbing because the whole city was riding for them. Like, it was just, you could feel the energy, right? Here's my thing. I'm a 2008 NBA champion. I know how hard it is to be a champion. So you have to work. I mean, it was plenty of game sevens that we had to go through, nights of sleep where you plenty of nights where you didn't sleep. And when you announce me up here and say 2008 champion, I feel good about that. I'm like,
I earned that.
You're right, Rachel, I am a 2008 champion. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that. And when you cheat, that's bad. Knowing that you going into a game 7 of a World Series and sleeping well at night because you got the cheat code and you know you're going to win that game is bad.
The funny thing is, LeBron almost always knows the other team's plays. He knows where they're going to be and everything. He knows the call.
He does, and you pointed this out, that stealing plays is completely within the rules of basketball. Yeah. It's just not in the rules of baseball.
I don't think that's what it's about. I think as somebody who feels like he's had championships that he hasn't been able to win because of fate or chance, because of having MVPs that he felt that he should have won but didn't because of other circumstances, I think LeBron, as a competitor, feels the loss of a championship.
Yeah.
And he knows exactly what that feels like. And he feels the other side of it. He's like, I know what it's like to have a season end thinking that I should have won, but for this. And so that's what I think he's referring to, more than the actual dynamics between the games.
I don't know. I mean, he specifically calls out Rob Manfred, and I think that's how a lot of fans feel. Look, I do my work in the sport of basketball now. I have covered the NFL. I have covered Major League Baseball. I like baseball. Baseball games are fun to go to. I like it when we move the jump for opening day on this network because baseball is awesome. It's a great sport. And when you have people inside the sport who don't seem to be treating it with the same respect that some of us who are fans are, that drives me crazy. And I understand why LeBron was moved to tweet this and tweet at the commissioner and say the ball is in your court, field, whatever it is, because that's how I feel. It's funny, you and I talk on the show about, like, 2 of our biggest text message chains are, why did they make that Kyrie Irving trade when they did and for what? And me asking you over and over again, because I know you are a longtime baseball fan, why not just vacate this title? And I keep reading people saying, oh, it could open up a can of worms with the Players Association, they could sue. Or, oh, it will be a slippery slope. What other cheating has happened in the past? And do you start vacating those titles? And how do you make the distinction? Guess what? When Donald Sterling did the wrong thing, and finally, after a lot of wrong things, the NBA stepped in, and Adam Silver said, you know what? We are banning him for life, as he put it. There were a lot of questions. Was Donald Sterling going to sue? He did, by the way. Was other owners going to sit there and say, hey, where's the slippery slope? If you take him away, then what happens with us and all of that? Those questions are there, and the NBA still acted decisively and did the right thing. And I want to see baseball do the same.
No, I agree, because guess what? Players get punished when they fail a drug test. They call that cheating, right? Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod, he got punished. Barry Bonds got punished. So why the Houston Astros don't get punished? Same thing. That's
going to be their punishment. You know, some of the steroids guys' punishment is they don't get in the Hall of Fame, Barry Bonds. The punishment is what you were going to say, is that that title will not be recognized the same.
But you know what? Do you know how I know it's a bigger deal to have the title vacated than just, quote, living with the shame, as Rob Manfred put it? Because they're not doing this one. They're saying this is a step too far. Guess what? It's not a step too far. It is a bigger deal, and as a baseball fan, I love baseball. I would like to see that title not replaced, not go back and pretend that another team won it. They didn't. But just say, you know what? They did not win it, the Houston Astros. Because guess what? As a fan, I don't think they did.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports analysis and highlights, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.